Hello, everybody. Welcome to your weekly angel card reading here for Beacons of Angel Light. This is the week beginning February 12th, 2018. So for this week, I'm going to be using the Flower of Life deck by Denise Darvey. And these are beautiful cards. Not only the designs that they have and the meanings that they carry, but they were actually created in harmony with the sacred geometric patterns, and there's so much depth to this deck, and I've only just started to get into it because I just got it about a year ago, and I have so many decks. So this one is particularly special because of the sacred geometry it carries behind it and also the profound meanings that it has. So I'm going to pluck a couple cards. They're telling me it's going to be for, I don't know, we'll see what happens. Okay, so here's one. That's definitely two. Okay. Okay, I'm just gonna set those two aside for a second because they're like not giving it to me. Okay, okay. Is it that one? Okay. All right. So we do have the 4 cards. That's so funny. They're telling me, yeah, definitely. Okay, so we'll start off with the ones that flew out. This is the first one, and this is the second one. The first one is called God, Goddess. The God and Goddess are not separate from you. Their stories enlighten you, describing the dance of the creative male and female forces within each and every person. You are a part of the source, the cosmic heart of all, a willing participant in the internal cosmic love affair between physical and non-physical. God and Goddess, matter and spirit. Allow God, Goddess energy to enter your world. Softly and gently close your eyes. Imagine yourself floating into a space, a black velvety matrix. All around you, you are shimmering, twinkling gold and silver stars floating in the wondrous place of stillness and silence. Breathe in silence. Through this stillness, you will hear whispers flowing from your heart. Rest here, embraced by your soul, the essence of you. Breathe in love. Feel it illuminating and warming every corner of your being. Rest here in the safe arms of all when you're ready to open your eyes and feel free into your day. So it's about like a short meditation. Definitely, I'm inviting you guys to routine meditate. I don't care if it's just 5 minutes a day of deep breathing, because it requires a lot of deep breathing in order to let go of like the jumping jack thoughts. So you have to slow your breathing down ridiculously, because that is going to replace the thoughts that you have, because if breath is a human basic necessity. So if you take that away from yourself purposefully, you're going to be focusing on the next time that you'll be able to inhale, or when you'll finally be able to let go of that air. It's very uncomfortable. And believe me, the rest of the thoughts will just be directed at this. You can replace thoughts, and that's what's going to happen. Your thoughts will be consumed with just the breathing, which is a basic necessity. And then at some point, it'll become perfunctional, and you won't be thinking about it, but there'll be room in between of thoughts. because your heart rate slows down and so does your thinking. It's crazy, but you've got to try it. So give yourself 5 minutes. I don't care if it's while you're in bed. I love doing it when I first wake up and I don't want the alarm to wake me up and I let it snooze. And it's sacred morning time. It's time for me and my angels and meditation. So this one is called Agreements. Imagine for just a moment that we're all connected, all different stems of consciousness originating from one source, experiencing and playing upon this physical earth plane, and all its shadow and light to develop and grow or become more. The shadow and light cause tension and resistance, but also allow us to see our ideas. Thoughts and creations manifest into physical. In order for us to create and be pioneers, creating, unfolding newness for the sheer joy of it, it would seem reasonable that our connectedness, we are a sense of balance, or we're out of balance in a sense. The natural order of the universe has all things moving back into balance in whatever way possible. We often call this an agreement, a contract, a karma. But you can see these labels may not be what we think they are. For all is just moving back into balance, into love. So whether your attention goes to your family, friends, work colleagues, or someone you bump into and you observe, someone you admire, someone you dislike, we are all in a contract, an agreement with each other to remind us of the love that we truly are. So I guess there's going to be trying moments this week, guys. Brace yourselves and remember that there is a contract, an agreement that we agreed to on a soul level. Okay, so this is the very first card that came out, but it didn't fly out. So these were the ones that were like majorly pressing. We have the Freedom card. Liberate yourself from the manifestations of the past, what's often called a tradition. And I've said this to you guys before, but I guess they're wanting me to remind you, you need to clear the slate. You've asked for so many things since your childhood until now, that now you're getting, like, I don't know, the lunchbox that you wanted when you were a kid, or, you know, your high school crush finally noticed you and you really want nothing to do with them. That sort of thing is happening. And like, you have to liberate yourself from these manifestations and clear the slate and tell the universe that you no longer want anything that you've previously asked for, and just focus on the one thing that you do want and manifest that and take action towards that. So throw open the cupboard doors to reveal the skeletons and release the crystallized views of your ancestors that have manifested as your genes. Your genes are threads of reality formed by the power of your ancestors, thoughts, and feelings. Let us say thank you to all who have come before us for their creations and all that they lived and all that they experienced. For truth be told, had it not been for their invention, I wouldn't be able to be relaying this message to you on the platform on which we are communicating currently. So, for doing so, they gave you options and brought you to where you are now. When you were born, you arrived at the vibration of all of the generations before you, and you are the manifestation of the expanded previous generation. Each generation's job is to expand even more for the sheer joy and beauty of it. This is a natural flow of life. Somehow, we allowed ourselves to become living statues, reincarnating the experiences of the past, becoming a victim to this. Your genes are a blueprint formed by the past to give you a place to start when you arrive. Your genes do not decide anything. You do. Liberate yourself and become who you know you are, because you're powerful. And then this is the last card from this deck. It's called Remember. We have forgotten what it's truly like to feel. Sometimes we mistake any depth of feeling for sadness, any sense of unknown fear, and a sense for a sense of peace or boredom. Accept your remembrance, your awakening, and let it blossom within you. Allow it to enlighten and illuminate your magical inner world, giving direct access to your expanded presence through a greater perception of oneness. There is a time when self and soul were one, where you lived in peace with yourself and the world around you. The memory is here in your heart and your cells deep inside you, underneath what you think it's real. Sit quietly and take a deep breath. Go within and whisper to yourself, remember, remember. I really can't stand to hear people say that they're bored. It's like life is in session. Appreciate it. Don't go complaining about being bored. Really, like that just means that there is peace. So be grateful for it. And if you find yourself in fear, that means that you're like thinking about tomorrow. You're thinking about next year. You're thinking about something that's in the future, something that you cannot control. And if you find yourself feeling sad, perhaps you're lingering in the past, feeling like the past was better. And was it really any better? Because honestly, the power is here and now. The now is equally uncertain as the future, and you can't change the past, nor can you change the future. What you can change is the here and now. What you can change are your thoughts. It all starts in thought realm. So you have to re-educate your thinking patterns here. And this week particularly, there's a lot of room for growth in that particular field. Also, we still have all of the planets direct. So you have to take advantage. If there are things that you wanted to start, this is a great time to get started on your blog, to sign that business contract, to go out on that first date. All of the planets are still direct. The first one to fall into retrograde, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, is Jupiter, and it's March 8th. Yeah. So I'm going to pull here a card from the Animal Tarot cards by Doreen Virtue and Raleigh Valentine. Psh, psh, psh. Okay, that's definitely one. They said to keep going. I thought it was just going to be one. No, I don't have time. They said there's another one. Well, which one is it? Is it this? Oh my gosh, it's 3. Okay. Oh my gosh. I really didn't want to make today's video long, but they're like saying they have things to say, so we have to do it. I really like to keep them short and sweet because I don't want to interfere with like your time too much. And so I like to get straight to the point. Okay, we got, oh, let me get that book out. That's really cute. We got the King of Summer. The King of Summer, hold on. The Prince. All right. The King of Summer, the Penguin. The Emperor Penguin. It says, a trustworthy person or relationship enters your life, and you may receive wise and compassionate advice from someone who speaks directly from the heart. Okay. A penguin, a true and faithful romantic partner, reassurance that you can trust a person or situation, accurate and heartfelt advice, an exemplary father. Remember that the frog on the Prince of Summer card, one who will sweep you away right off of your feet and romance you till you swoon, while he may not hang around. We don't mean to be tough on you, but our little frog friend, he might stay. The penguin, however, is a whole nother story. The penguin represents a person relationship you can absolutely trust. This is an intimate but platonic friendship or the love of your life. Either way, you're emotionally safe with a penguin around. He can also symbolize getting excellent advice that comes from the heart. The penguin says that you can completely believe who or what is being presented to you. The penguin is warm-hearted, honorable, and very loving. As a friend, he will never let you down. As a romantic partner, he will never stray and keep you Keep any commitment he makes to you. This penguin will love you as you are. Like the swan, queen of summer, he is able to see your hidden potential. Therefore, he is likely to want to nurture your gifts and talents. He will encourage you, perhaps even push you to grow. And it's all what he does to help. Penguins are fascinating birds with highly unusual habits. They are, after all, birds that can't fly, which symbolizes the attainment of great things without having to follow society's expectations. Also, they're able to drink seawater due to a gland that filters salt in their bloodstream, a symbol of purity. They're very social animals. And a species that mates with one mate for life. They can even have specific vocalizations so that they call their mates and chicks by name. The male incubates eggs until they hatch, allowing the female to go out and do her thing, searching for food. You can see how this is a great metaphor for our gallant knight of summer. So that's a beautiful card. And we also got the King of Winter. Look, we got a bunch of kings this week. The King of Winter. The humpback whale. It's a very important time that you communicate clearly and be objective and unemotional. Act as professionally as possible. If you need advice, seek out the most experienced expert you can. This is a week, where you need to actually go get somebody who's a professional in something, and I'm not sure what it is, but you need to get like a lawyer or a doctor's opinion, or perhaps like, I don't know, an engineer. I have no idea, but like somebody who's a professional in a field that you're not quite so familiar with, and they're going to, perhaps it's your taxes, I don't know. So the King of Winter. Oh, and the suit of winter represents the cold time, when we can't move and we're so cold and we're very deep into our thoughts and emotions. And so this last moon that we experienced was in Aquarius. And we're not having a full moon in this month. We're having a new moon on the 15th, and that's in Aquarius. So Aquarius is like half your birthday, and that's how that works. And so hold on a second, King of Winter. So this new lunar cycle is going to be about that, and we're kind of already feeling it, especially if you're an air sign. It's already in the air. All right. Oh, and that day, the 15th, the day of the new moon, actually, now that we're on that subject, thank you for reminding me, guys. It's a solar eclipse, but it's only a partial solar eclipse. I don't believe it's visible from the US. You have to do your research. I'm sorry. I haven't in me to go in and like tell you exactly where it is visible in all parts of the world. But I do know that that's happening on the 15th. It's a solar eclipse. And so it's not quite as potent as the full solar eclipse that we experienced back in August last year. However, this one is still very strong. If you just go outside to receive a bit of the energy, that's all that you need is like 10 minutes outside. And your natural gifts, your abilities, your understanding, your perception, your consciousness, it's going to be phased, whether you consciously realize it or unconsciously realize it. So just going outside is all you need to do. Now, anyway, the humpback whale, communicating with confidence, communicating with objectivity, wisdom beyond one's years, emotions buried deep within the breath and the surface. It's very important that you communicate clearly at this time and try to be as objective and unemotional as possible. Believe in what you have to say and show the world how self-confident you are. Like my boss usually tells me, be fearless. So be willing to act as a mentor to someone or seek out for yourself. If you need advice, turn to an expert in that field. When the whale represents someone, this person is an amazing communicator who is knowledgeable, impartial, fair, and usually well represented and well respected. He sees the world through a lens of pure intellect. Of course, the whale does have feelings. It's just that they're buried very deep. This can make him seem emotionally unavailable, which might be the truth, like the thoroughbred horse, the Prince of Winter. He can be instantly right to the heart of a problem. The difference is that the whale is more likely to think through all of the possibilities before rushing to action. His solutions are often highly creative and involve thinking outside the box. Whales are ancient creatures believed to carry wisdom of the ages in their DNA. They swim with great depths, so they symbolize feelings that are submerged very deeply. They're also seen as creatures of solitude, like the King of Winter can be able to talk with other whales across thousands of miles of the ocean. This symbolizes your personal powers of communication and creative expression to bridge the gap between people. And okay, yeah, that was that card. And the Six of Winter, I think we've gotten this one before. Okay, this is the rescue cat, mixed breed. The challenging times are coming to an end, and you can now breathe a sigh of relief. Let the past go and embrace happier times ahead. Like, he's about to get off the tiny little ship. He's dying to get off out of the water, and he's about to arrive. So, the end of challenging times, brighter future ahead, relocation or travel. Most of the winter cards leading up to our rescue cat have been a little challenging, but now you can breathe a sigh of relief. There is a light at the end of the tunnel, and you can make some exciting new plans. Don't allow yourself to be caught up in what has happened up until now. This time, you just let the past go and embrace happier times that are to come. The Six of Winter can also signify travel, especially over water, or relocation in general. So some of you guys might be looking into moving, or it could even be both. Rescue agencies around the world do amazing work to help heal and rehome cats. So maybe there's a couple of you that are supposed to go get a mixed breed cat, or because there is, like, I'm getting a message that there's kittens waiting, or kitties waiting, or big cats waiting. I don't know, but getting a message that somebody was looking for a cat or something like that. So that's your cat. They're waiting for you. Like, it's a divine cat, divine kitty, divine cosmic kitty. Go get your kitty. So that's so cool. I want to hear who it is. And so let's see. Yeah, these feline balls of love show their gratitude by carving out a special place in our hearts, and they can fill that space with laughter and companionship. Like the Six of Summer, our rescue cat has released the past and is happily off into a new adventure. Perhaps you could use a rescued kitty companion on your current journey. That's totally the message I'm getting. So you let me know who that is. I'm dying to see the pictures of your kitty. That is so exciting, a new family member. And I'm being told, because I had these cards out just here, that I should pull one for you guys. These are my law of attraction. So they have an affirmation for you to repeat. Shh, shh, shh. You don't have to, but they're positive affirmations, and it's more than likely going to be something related to what I was saying. It's these two, huh? Okay. I am certain that I will reach my goal while letting go of how it will happen. I am certain I will reach my goal while letting go of how it will happen. And there's a butterfly there. I love it. There's so many beautiful things in this picture here. It's called non-attachment. That is definitely the key word here. Let it go, let it go. Okay, and security. I choose to feel secure and to work so that my bank account is full. And this also is a message there to start a savings account. If, you know, even if it's only like $10 every time that you get a paycheck, but start somewhere and start doing that for yourself. It's not necessarily for a message for everyone on there, but there are a couple of people who this is speaking to directly. And yeah, so take a good look there. It's security. We're making changes this year, so that is one of the changes that you've got to make. All right, guys, have a wonderful week. I love you all so very much. You know, if you haven't already clicked subscribe, definitely you want to do that. And invite your friends, a loved one, you know, your family to watch this, because certainly something that's being said applies, and it's just good energy that we all share. And then we have beautiful things to talk about, and beautiful ways of regarding perhaps things that are not so beautiful, but we can embrace them, and we're all connected. So I love you all so very much. Love yourselves and love everybody around you. Have a wonderful week filled with blessings. Mwah!